Good morning, everyone. The time is now 9:30. I will call the April 14th, 2026 regular meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Asking for public comment on agenda items other than development or rezoning. Anything on the agenda that anyone would like to comment on, sir? Okay. An agenda item? Step up to the podium, please. Just state your name for the record and also what agenda item you're talking about.
Good morning, Supervisors. My name is Nick Uliano. I am with the number 16 Sidewalk deferral. Number 16, okay. They are having trouble hearing you to record. Is that mic on? Are we good? Can you hear me now? What's your name? Nick Uliano. I'm here today to ask for a sidewalk deferral for a new construction home that I'm going to build this summer, 2026. This is located at 1426 Powell Avenue. Currently, there are no sidewalks along Powell Avenue, as well as 14th Street, which connects up to Powell Avenue also. I'm just asking for a deferral to a later date when all the neighbors might be asked to construct sidewalks at this time. At that time, I would be more than happy to install the sidewalks.
Currently, there's nothing. Is it a vacant lot currently, or?
Yes, 1426 is a vacant lot.
Okay. Okay. Any further questions for Mr. Uliano? Anything?
Mr. Uliano, I want you to know that I publicly stated about 3 years ago that I was no longer going to be voting for sidewalk deferrals. We had a few different instances where there were property owners that then subdivided properties that would have had sidewalks that would have taken care of about 400 yards of sidewalk deferrals. So I want to be very honest with you and just let you know that I grew up in the city of Erie, and we had sidewalks everywhere. I believe in pedestrian-friendly environments, and we start with one sidewalk at a time. And I took that public position a few years ago. I want you to know it has nothing to do with you personally, and but I will be having to vote no on that.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to speak on any of the agenda items? Okay, we'll move on to approval of the minutes from our March 24th, 2026 regular meeting. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, I'll call for a vote. Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. Approval of the bills. Is there a motion on the bills?
I will make a motion to approve.
And I will second.
Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. Number 6, new amended ordinances under review. Attorney Shaw.
Yes. Yes, we are continuing to work towards finalizing the saldo, and that's currently the only ordinance we're working on.
Thank you. Resolution 2026 R9. Attorney Shaw.
Yes, Resolution 2026 R9 is a resolution pursuant to Resolution 2015 R20 and the Municipal Records Manual to approve the proposed disposition of certain township records. Before you is a resolution relating to records maintained by the police department that are reaching the end of their retention period under the Municipal Records Manual. The police department records to be disposed of include MVR BWC footage that includes test recordings through February 26th of 2026, traffic stops through January 27 of 2026, incident only in special circumstances through 4/27 of 24, and case report, arrest report, SRR unknown type through 4/27 of 2006. My recommendation would be to approve the disposal of these records.
Thank you. Is there a motion on this resolution?
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution.
And seconded?
Call for a vote. Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. Bids and quotations. First up is the ADA website remediation software. Director Stutson?
Good morning, thank you. The deadline for website accessibility is on April 26th. We currently have Audio Eye for the website and need a tool for PDF compliance. We reached out to Doc Access, ReciteMe, and Alliant. These services offer PDF accessibility, remediation, or both. After review of the proposals, only ReciteMe offered a hybrid service to offer both immediate accessibility and background PDF remediation. It is my recommendation to use ReciteMe for PDF accessibility and remediation for a total two-year cost of $17,250 for the remainder of this year and next year. For this year, the remainder prorated cost is $6,900, and the cost for 2027 is $10,350, which will include 5,000 pages of remediated PDF pages and PDF to HTML accessibility.
Thank you. Maybe could you just briefly give a summary of, the deadline is April 26th, but who is mandating this deadline, and I guess the reasoning behind this, maybe if someone wasn't at our last meeting, or just a
Sure.
quick, brief summary of why we're doing this?
Yeah, the DOJ has ruled that our website and PDFs need to be, for populations over 50,000, need to be ADA compliant. And so there's a lot of back-end specifications that go with that, and making sure things can be, read by screen readers, if you're colorblind, if you need things, I'm just trying to think of all the different accessibility tools that are being offered. But basically, we already have our website in compliance, and we're looking to bring 5,000 pages of PDFs into compliance as well.
Okay, thank you. And I see our IT manager, Mr. Fleming, also concurs with the recommendation put
Yes.
forth.
Yes, because some of the one company, Alliant, only remediated the pages, and that was $5 to $8 per page on the low end, and we have 5,000 pages. Doc Access, which is offered through our website, only offers the PDF to HTML accessibility. So if we ever didn't use Doc Access anymore, the PDFs would no longer be in compliance. So we're going to use ReciteMe to get us into compliance immediately, and then over a 2-year period, they're going to remediate every PDF that we have.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions or comments on this?
No, just a comment, I think that also came in as the lowest quote between the two, and it offered more, so.
That's correct.
Okay, do we have a motion on the remediation software?
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I will second.
Call for a vote. Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
May I just also give a big shout out and thank you to Jessica Stutzman, Chantel Rodriguez, Kylie Morris, Dr. Kylie Morris, and also John Fleming for all of the work that they have done to investigate this. Jesse, I know you've been working on this for, 8 months? And it's been a lot of back and forth, and you did a lot of work in order to and make sure that we are going to remain compliant. So thank you, Chantel and Dr. Morris.
Thank you. We did reach out to other communities as well, the city of Erie.
That's right.
City of Lancaster, and Chantel attended a lot of online webinars to talk to other communities as well.
Great. So thank you.
Assembly room video equipment.
Okay, following a quote obtained by IT from Wilkins, and then further input gathered from Planning and Development and the Mill Creek Township General Authority on the recording services that Wilkins offers, this item is being brought forward as a joint recommendation for board consideration. The departments collectively evaluated continued contracted services with WQLN against an in-house camera setup for the assembly room. The in-house camera setup will cost $11,430.68 with an additional add-on for a Teams unit, which is an additional cost of $279. Against the WQLN proposed price increase, which would have taken effect May 1st, making this a time-sensitive matter. After a cross-departmental review, IT, in coordination with CRS, Planning and Development, and MTGA, recommends investing in the in-house camera setup from Wilkins. The solution represents approximately $8,500 in savings for the remainder of 2026, with the equipment remaining a township asset and generating greater savings in the future years. Permanently stationed cameras in the assembly room would eliminate vendor scheduling and give staff full control over recording, storage, and footage use across all departments. Trade-offs worth acknowledging: WQLN provides a higher production value, dynamic angles, and post-production editing, while the in-house option places setup and basic editing responsibilities on the staff. Fixed rear cameras will also offer less visual flexibility than a staffed shot. CRS has already transitioned away at the moment from WQLN for government channel interviews due to the pricing increase and plans to handle those recordings in-house as capacity allows. With the cost savings, consistent documentation, and long-term investment as the shared priority across the departments, the in-house solution was the stronger choice. And concerns or discussion from the board and any affected departments still remain welcome.
Thank you. Any questions or comments on the assembly room video equipment?
Mr. Chairman, just again, a thank you for all the work that's gone into this. This has also been a many-month project, but I will make a motion to approve.
Seconded.
Okay, I'll call for a vote on this. Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I also vote yes. Office furniture and improvements. Chief Cliff.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm seeking approval for the fire department office space improvements. As our department continues to expand in staffing and operational responsibilities, updates are needed for our office space, conference room, and our support spaces for our coordination and professional working environment. Attached is a detailed breakdown of all of the equipment and furniture and associated costs for this project. These purchases will be funded through the fire department's capital budget, which was previously planned for this purchase. The total project cost is $16,244.01, and I would recommend the approval.
Thank you. Any questions or comments on this office furniture proposal?
No. Mr. Chairman, I will say that Chief Cliff did get some other numbers and then actually came back with some lower costs for the project, so we appreciate that. Thank you very much, Chief Cliff.
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I will second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. I'll call for a vote. Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Salt barn fabric replacement. Director Puda.
Thank you and good morning. The Building Maintenance Department is requesting to replace the end wall fabric on the east side garage salt barn structure. The existing fabric was damaged from high winds from a recent storm on March 14th. A quote was received from Log Cabin Fence to install the new fabric for the price of $11,875. This company also inspected the main canopy fabric and no damage was done to it. This damage was reported to our insurance company for reimbursement. I recommend replacing this end wall fabric.
Okay.
And we're expecting it probably will get reimbursed through insurance?
I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Melanie, but I believe we have a $10,000 deductible, so we would have to pay $10,000. We would be getting $1,875.
Okay.
Okay, do I have a motion on this?
I'll make a motion to approve.
And seconded.
Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. Zook Road Concrete Pad. Director Esper.
Thank you.
You're up.
Good morning. The Parks and Recreation Department is seeking approval for the quote of the installation of a concrete pad that would be 6 feet by 120 feet by 4 inches deep that would be located next to the pickleball court area. The pad will be an area for benches and a space for players to gather while they're waiting their turn to play. This project was amongst the 2026 capital improvement projects within the Parks and Recreation budget. There was $10,000 allotted for the park improvement. Quotes were obtained from several local concrete companies. Zeola Construction submitted a quote for $6,480. NAS Concrete submitted a quote for $6,990. Perry Excavating and Construction submitted a quote for $10,890. Maya Brothers submitted a quote for $7,500, and Amendola submitted a quote for $11,100. The lowest quote was submitted from Zeola Construction for $6,480, which would leave a capital budget surplus of $3,520. So it's my recommendation to approve the quotation by Zeola Construction for $6,480 to install our concrete pad at Zook Park pickleball courts.
Do I have a motion on this?
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I will second.
Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes.
Thank you.
Next up is the Hart Road Sidewalk Project, Phase 2, bid results and award. Director Waldinger.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm presenting this on behalf of Rob Rodemoyer, Township Engineer. On April 1st, 2026, bids were opened for the Hart Road Sidewalk Project Phase 2. The bids as they were received were from the following companies. Empire, $83,105. Amendola Construction, $116,350. A. Anthony, $117,163.50. Lindy Construction, $124,155. Montagna Concrete, $167,069. And Winning Tree, $176,245. It is the recommendation of Township Engineer Rob Rodemoyer that the bid be awarded to Empire Snow Management, the lowest responsible bidder, in the amount of $83,105.
I don't know if you're as familiar with this project since it is Rob's. Can you explain a little bit what the bigger project is that this is working around?
I do not have all the details on it. I do know that the township has been involved in replacing sidewalks in certain areas. We do a set of sidewalk replacements in areas that are designated as low to moderate income, and we can use our community development block grant funds for those. And then we also try and do another sidewalk replacement in an area where those funds are not eligible. And I believe this is one of those projects to replace sidewalks that have been determined to be deficient.
Thank you.
Yeah, this arises from the ADA lawsuit that was filed against the township some years ago, and we entered into a settlement agreement agreeing to, where we evaluated various sidewalks throughout the township and agreed to a list of sidewalks that would be repaired or replaced over a time period. So we're obligated to pay a certain amount each year and get as many as we can get done under that amount. And typically we actually do better than what we're obligated to do because of having the funds to do so.
Do we have any update on Empire's workmanship? Any issues lately? Maybe Rob Rodemoyer would be a better, or Chris Brenner.
Yeah, I don't have any direct knowledge of other than Rob's recommendation.
Okay. All right. Do we have a motion on this?
I'll make the motion to approve.
And I'll second.
Call for a vote. Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I'll vote yes. Flood detention basin mowing. Director Waldinger.
Thank you again on behalf of Rob Rodemoyer, Township Engineer. He is seeking to award the 2026 mowing of flood detention basin project to Empire Snow Management for a total of $21,050. This project was advertised by the Erie Times News on both March 19th, 2026 and March 20th, 26. Quotes were due to be received in the office by April 1st, 2026. Empire was the only company to quote this project. JA Siteworks was the only other company to reach out to the office for a quote request but did not submit a price. This project is for mowing of 10 different detention ponds across the township that are the township's maintenance responsibility. So it is Rob's recommendation to accept the proposal from Empire Snow Management in the amount of $21,050 for the 2026 mowing project.
Is there a motion to approve the mowing contract?
I'll make a motion to approve the mowing contract.
And seconded.
Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. Number 9 on the agenda, DCED grant agreement extension. Director Waldinger.
Thank you. This is a grant agreement extension for the Department of Community and Economic Development Multimodal Transportation Fund grant that the township has received. Before you is the 5th amendment to the agreement between the township and the PA DCED. This is for a $2.5 million multimodal transportation fund grant that the township was awarded for the Peninsula Drive Trail extension. The sole purpose of this amendment is to extend the grant termination date from June 30th of this year to June 30th of 2027. So I would recommend that the board approve this amendment and authorize the chair and vice chair to sign the documents.
Ma'am, maybe you could just give a brief update on the trail. I know I still get periodic questions about, I thought you were building a bike trail from 6th Street down to the peninsula. And what's going on? Can
Sure.
you just kind of give a brief?
I'd be happy to, and yes, that is the ultimate goal. We did receive this grant in 2019 with the hope of getting the trail from where it ends on the peninsula to the Tom Ridge Environmental Center. Unfortunately, with cost increases, the pandemic delay, the cost to build the entire trail for that length have ballooned from the original $4 million estimate to now close to $10 million. And in order to be able to use these funds that we were awarded, the $2.5 million, the township has shortened that project to another shorter phase and will be doing the trail from where it ends on the peninsula up along Peninsula Drive through and past the businesses that are on the east side, so past Sarah's and Beach Zero, all the way up to the base of the hill, so that we can then continue to seek additional funding from the state to get around that curve and up. So this is a truncated project, but we hope to have it maybe under construction later this year or early next. So this extension's important to give us time to complete.
Okay, thank you for that update.
And again, we do expect that this will be the final extension, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We hope.
They're not going to grant us any more, they
there-
told us. They kind of gave us the ultimatum, right, Matt?
They did, yes.
They were like, yeah, use it.
And I will be honest, the extension I requested was just till the end of this year.
Yeah.
In order to get it done, and they were willing to grant an additional full year. So it does give us a little leeway.
Okay, great, thanks.
Okay, is there a motion on the grant agreement extension?
I'll make the motion to approve.
And seconded.
Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. Number 10, local share account grant for the Shorehaven Lift Station. Attorney Shaw.
Yes, before you is a grant contract for the approval of a local share account grant for the Shorehaven Lift Station project. The amount of that grant is $250,000. We have reviewed the agreements and made note of the township's obligations, as well as any obligations that would then flow to any contractors used to provide services under these agreements. The recommendation would be to authorize the appropriate township representatives to execute this document and any related agreements.
Thank you. Do I have a motion on this?
I will go ahead and make a motion to approve the LSA grant.
And seconded.
Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. Number 11 on the agenda is a professional services agreement for the Green Light Go grant. Director Puda.
Thank you. The Traffic and Engineering Department sent out an RFP for the design of the West 12th Street Corridor traffic signal upgrades. Funding for this design will come from the Green Light Go grant that the township received for this project. 3 proposals were received that addressed all the items that the township requested. Trans Associates submitted a price of $187,184. Verdantis submitted a price of $214,100, and Whitman, Ricart and Associates LLP submitted a price of $270,204. The Traffic and Engineering Departments had in-house interviews with all 3 companies' project management teams, and all 3 presented acceptable proposals and understood the scope of the project. It is the Traffic and Engineering Department's recommendation to award a professional services agreement to Trans Associates for $187,184, which was the lowest submitted price.
Okay, any questions or comments on this?
I'll make a motion to approve.
And seconded.
Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. Number 12 on the agenda is an addendum to the Pennsylvania Cyber School MOU. Attorney Shaw.
Yes, this is the township currently has an agreement with the cyber school relating to assistance they provide when there are various activities that the police need to be called in on. This is an addendum to that agreement with the township and the EPA Cyber School. It regards the Safe to Say Something program that was adopted by Act 44 in 2018 and includes various provisions that are provided under that law. So just simply adding that to the existing agreement. And the recommendation would be to approve this addendum.
Okay, is there a motion on this addendum to the MOU with the Pennsylvania Cyber School?
I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve.
And seconded.
Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. Number 13 is the MOU with Erie County, Erie City, and Mill Creek Police Department. Attorney Shaw.
Yes, this is as you indicated, MOU between the township, the county, and the police department. The Department of Justice, under the Burn Justice Assistance Grant, has awarded Mill Creek $14,394 pursuant to a formula that they use to determine that number. They can spend it on various eligible expenses, such as computers and investigative equipment. The recommendation by Chief Mook is to accept this grant, and he intends to spend the funds on one radar display sign to ensure safety on township roadways at a cost of $4,085, a laptop computer and other related equipment for the incident command vehicle at a cost of $4,842, and overtime wages in order to continue the Police Athletic League initiative, which would be the remaining $5,467. I did review the agreement. It's consistent with the form that actually the feds put out for purposes of these types of agreements, and would recommend its approval.
Thank you. Is there a motion on this MOU?
I'll make a motion to approve.
And seconded.
Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. Number 14 is acceptance of the Stormwater Management Plan and approval of the Stormwater Management and Maintenance Plan. It looks like we have 3 separate.
We do, would you like me to do them all together, or would you like me to do them
You
separately?
can do them separate.
Okay.
Director Waldinger.
Thank you. Yes, the first is for a single-family dwelling being built at 6079 Schultz Road. The developers are Tobias M. and Amy M. Burke. Before you is approval letter from Greenman Peterson Incorporated, who is the township's contracted third-party stormwater reviewer. The letter states that the plan meets the substantive requirements of our ordinance. Also before you is a signed stormwater management agreement on the township-approved forms. So it is a recommendation that the board accept the stormwater management plan and approve the stormwater maintenance agreement for the
Okay, is there a motion on this?
I'll make a motion to approve.
And seconded.
Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. Next up, Aldi's.
Yes. Next, similar as the last, before you is an agreement and plan for the Aldi Mill Creek Town Center Land Development Plan. Aldi Incorporated is the developer. GPI has reviewed their stormwater management plan, and it is consistent with our ordinance. Also, they have provided a signed stormwater maintenance agreement on the approved forms. So the recommendation is to accept Aldi's stormwater management plan and approve the stormwater maintenance agreement.
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I will second.
Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Matt, where's that Aldi's going to be located? I'm getting questions on that as well.
Actually, I understand they've started clearing some of the land. It is going to be on West Ridge Road. On the further east driveway where the light is for Walmart, as you go down the driveway towards Walmart, it will be on the east side, the right side. I think people are familiar. There's already an intersection there with a stop sign that doesn't really go anywhere. This would go now to the right, would be the entrance to the Aldi parking lot, and it would be built right there, kind of just east of the Walmart.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
I'm excited for that. That's close to me.
Okay, we have one more KDP Lot 2.
Yep. Again, this is a stormwater management plan and stormwater maintenance agreement. This is for KDP Lot 2, LLC Phase 2 Land Development Plan. KDP Lot 2 LLC is the developer. GPI has reviewed their stormwater management plan. It does comply with the substantive requirements of our ordinance. Additionally, they have provided a signed stormwater maintenance agreement on the approved forms. So it's a recommendation to approve the KDP Lot 2 LLC Phase 2 stormwater management plan and stormwater maintenance agreement.
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I will second.
Okay, I'll call for a vote. Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. Number 15, Stormwater Management Operation and Maintenance Agreement, Young Road and Perry Highway. Director Waldinger.
Thank you. Yes, this, just for the public's knowledge, this differs from what we've done previously. The previous 3 approvals were for larger scale projects. Any new impervious area over 5,000 square feet, which includes a residence. The first item that we handled in the last batch was a residence. This stormwater management operations and maintenance agreement is for single-family residences that are below that threshold. It's a little less restrictive requirements, but they still have to have an agreement with the township that they will operate and maintain the stormwater management that they are installing on their property. And so at this time, engineering recommends approval of a stormwater management operations and maintenance agreement related to the construction of a residential home along the north side of Young Road. This would be approximately 600 feet west of Perry Highway, I believe in the 100 block of Young Road. And it's the recommendation of the engineering department that this O&M agreement be approved.
Okay, thank you, Matt.
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I will second.
Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. Number 16 is the sidewalk deferral request that was mentioned earlier in the meeting. Director Waldinger.
Thank you again. Yes, the developer of a single-family dwelling, the developer is NGE Real Estate Holdings LLC, and the new dwelling to be constructed is at 1426 Powell Avenue. They're asking to defer construction of their sidewalk. There are currently no sidewalks along this portion of Powell Avenue. The lot that they are building on is an empty lot between 2 existing homes that do not have sidewalks. So it is the recommendation of the Zoning and Development Office to approve the sidewalk deferral at this time.
Okay, any further questions or comments? As I said, this was brought up earlier in the meeting.
I do see that the block over does have full sidewalks, but that block does not at all. And then just to know that anytime there is a deferral, then at any time you could be asked to build it.
Correct, that's part of the agreement.
I'll make,
You're referring to the Oxer Road? sidewalks? Or,
Chelsea, the next street over, has.
oh, the north-south road, yes. I think Chelsea are fairly new replacements or installs over there.
That's
from-
correct, yes.
Okay. Is there a motion on this sidewalk deferral request?
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I will second. I will call for a vote. Supervisor Clear?
No.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Number 17, Erie County Repository Request. Attorney Shaw.
Yes, the township received a letter and application from Erie County concerning the sale of a parcel of property from the repository for unsold properties. Parcels in the repository either were not sold at the Erie County tax upset sale or the judicial sale. Properties in the repository can be purchased for $250 and are exonerated of all tax claims. This particular parcel is located on Prairie Highway with a tax ID number of 33053.0001700. The total taxes due on this parcel is $1,589.96. The township portion of that is only $114.27. The letter of intent from the buyer applicant indicates he wants to put a small sign on the property. The township has advised the applicant of the sign restrictions applicable to that property. Based on the above, it would be my recommendation for the township to sign off on the sale of this property.
Okay, thank you, Attorney. I thought I heard you mention Perry Highway, but
Yes.
the address of this is at West 22nd Street? Is that what your records are showing?
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's 3548 West 22nd Street. It's a trailer.
Mobile home, yes. Okay, that's what I have too. I just want to make sure we had the right address.
Correct.
Okay. Is there a motion on this request?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Seconded.
Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. Number 18, authorization to file collection action. Attorney Shaw.
Yes, this is a request for authorization to file collection action with the Magisterial District Justice against Abigail DeVell in the amount of $4,837 for failure to pay the costs of removing a mobile home to remediate a property maintenance code violation at the property located at 3938 Massing Court.
Okay. Do we have a motion to authorize this collection action?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Seconded.
Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. Number 19 is communications. The Government Transition Committee update is we have received the letter of interest period is closed. We've received 20 letters of interest, and Supervisor Clear, Supervisor Morris, me, and Supervisor Waldinger will be reviewing. Okay, well, you know, I will be reviewing those in the near future, hopefully this week. Any further update on that? Okay. CRS announcements. Anything further?
No, I have nothing further, thanks.
Okay. Treasurer communications.
I don't have anything under Treasurer Communications.
Promotion request. Director Puda.
Thank you. Due to the retirement of the current Bureau Chief of Building Maintenance, Jerry Berger, I would like to request that Corey Walters be promoted to the position of Bureau Chief of Building Maintenance. Corey has been working full-time in the Building Maintenance Department at the township since 2016. Prior to that, he was a site manager at the Milk Fair Recycle Center and also worked in the Parks and Recreation Department as summer help during his college days. Corey has a bachelor's degree in previous management experience from working as a store manager at the Erie Sports Store. He is very familiar with how the Building Maintenance Department functions, and he is a very dependable worker. The starting salary for Corey will be $78,000, and his starting date will be retroactive to 4/13/2026. I recommend promoting Corey Walters to this position, and I am asking the supervisors to stay after the meeting to get a picture with Corey on his promotion.
Very good.
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I will second.
Okay, I'll call for a vote. Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
And I vote yes, it's unanimous. Congratulations, Corey.
Mr. Chairman, I would,
Yes.
I just wanted to ask permission to just speak about Mr. Jerry Berger and his retirement, and then also Mr. Walters. But Jerry Berger has been a staple here at Mill Creek Township for 36 years? I
don't
know. He's
A lot.
very young.
Long time.
But he has, since my very, very first day, he has been nothing but welcoming and helpful, and anything you ever need, that poor man, you call him and he answers. And whether it's not being able to find my key and needing a door open, or some other emergency in the buildings, we have been so fortunate to have him as a member of our team. And so we want to wish him a wonderful retirement. His last day is Friday. And with that, we have Mr. Corey Walters. So Corey, we are so happy because you have been there since day one, and you have always taken the time to help every one of us out. You're one of the few departments that work with everybody. So thank you so much, and congratulations on your promotion.
Okay. We have a hiring request in the admin, township secretary, and grant administrator.
Yes. And before I do this one, I want to personally thank Cheryl Williams for the amazing job that she has done. And she is heading off into a well-deserved retirement, and we will definitely 100% miss her. And yes, she's right there. Anything you want, any questions you need answered, she's always there for us. So in lieu of that, the administration department is requesting the approval to hire Megan Moore as the replacement for Cheryl Williams as township secretary, with a retroactive hire date of yesterday, April 13th, at a rate of $67,000. Megan was employed at Erie County as the deputy county clerk for 4 years, and she has been with the county since 2021 and has had various roles, starting out as the disease investigator, which was very interesting to learn, office administration, and interim county clerk. She has a BS in education and was a teacher for the Diocese of Erie for 7 years.
And
Requesting approval.
And I will just say I heard from several of the members of the Erie County Board, and they all said great things.
Awesome. Okay, is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I will second.
Okay, I'll call for a vote. Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
And I also vote yes. Congratulations to Megan.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, Megan.
Okay, we have another.
Yep, and I have a second one. The administration department is also seeking approval for the new position of grant administrator. We are seeking approvals for Jessica Haran to be hired as grant administrator with a hire date of April 20th, 2026, at a rate of $70,000 per year. Jessica was most recently employed at Erie County as the Director of Planning and Community Development. She was also employed by the Erie Area Council of Governments as the Executive Director, and she has also served as a City of Erie Councilwoman for 11 years. She has an MS in Organizational Leadership and a BA from the University of Pitt-Johnstown. Jessica also comes to the township with extensive grant experience, so I think she will be a great addition.
Okay, thank you.
And I would like to make a motion to approve.
And seconded.
Call for a vote. Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. We have a seasonal GIS assistant, Director Waldinger.
Thank you. Yes, this is a summer help hiring request. I'm seeking permission to hire Hunter Dennington as a GIS assistant for the summer with a start date of May 11th and an end date of August 21st. Mr. Dennington is a student at Penn West Edinburgh, where he is studying GIS and environmental science. He will assist with data collection, data entry, and quality control. He has been employed by the township in previous years as a summer camp counselor for the Parks and Recreation Department. This part-time position was accounted for in the 2026 Planning and Development budget, so I am recommending board approval to hire Mr. Dennington at the rate of $14.75 an hour for the summer.
Is there a motion to approve this seasonal hire?
I'll make a motion to approve.
And seconded.
Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. We have a request for a fire department clerk. Chief Cliff.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On behalf of Sean McClellan from Administration, Human Resources, and myself, we're looking to seek approval for a fire department clerk, Marjorie D'Imperio, with a retroactive hire date of yesterday, April 13th, at a rate of $21.77 per hour per the collective bargaining agreement. Marjorie most recently served as an office administrator for Hero BX. Prior to that, she held the rank of captain with the Pennsylvania Department of Corrections, where she also worked as a training supervisor and instructor for the incident command systems. She has experience with purchase orders, invoicing, ordering, and a variety of administrative functions. Marjorie has a long track record with strong leadership skills and constantly maintains high levels of professionalism and confidentiality. We recommend the hire.
Thank you. Is there a motion on this hiring request?
I will make a motion to approve.
Seconded.
Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
And I vote yes.
And Mr. Chairman, I had the honor of meeting Marjorie this morning. Yes, and I think she's going to be a great addition to the fire department and much needed help.
Okay, the next request is seasonal help in building maintenance. Director Puda.
Thank you. The Building Maintenance Department is requesting approval to rehire Jacob Skolnick as a seasonal employee in the building maintenance. His retro hire date is of yesterday, 4/13, and his rate of pay will be $15.25 per hour. I would like to note that Jacob will be an asset for the department until we hire a new replacement for Corey's now vacant labor position. I recommend hiring Jacob for summer help.
Okay, thank you. Is there a motion on this request?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Seconded.
Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Okay, we have next is the Parks and Rec Department, summer season employees.
Thank you. Yes, the Parks and Recreation Department is seeking approval to hire the listed employees before you at their respective position and rates. These employees are relied upon to carry out the duties of a variety of programming through the summer season and are committed to providing excellent service to our community. Their wages are accounted for in the Parks and Recreation operational budget, and it would be my recommendation to approve the listed 20 to 25 employees before you for the summer 2026 season.
Okay. Do we have a motion on this?
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I will second.
Okay, call for a vote. Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
And I also vote yes. We have some training requests from the police.
Yes.
You're going to handle that?
I will, yes.
Supervisor
Chief
Clear?
Monk is
Okay.
away at training, lead a training. The Manufacturers and Business Association of Erie is hosting a 5-day training course at their facility in Erie on the topic of strategic leadership and supervision. The dates are April 7th, May 5th, June 2nd, July 7th, and August 4th. Chief Mook recommends TAC Officer Dan DeLeo to attend the course in his role as a supervisor in our dispatch center. Because the township is a member of the MBA, tuition is discounted. Each class is $250 for a total cost of $1,250. Travel will be by personal vehicle. There are no travel costs. And with that, I'll make a motion to approve the training.
Seconded.
Okay, I'll call for a vote. Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes.
And the second request, Mr. Chairman, FBI LEDA is hosting their Supervisor Leadership Institute from July 27th through July 31st, 2026 in Pittsburgh. The purpose of the course is to advance the art and science of first-line police supervision. Chief Mook is requesting approval to send the newly promoted Corporal Drzowski to this course. The course registration is $795, which comes out of budget line item 44025. Lodging is $138 per night plus taxes. One room for 5 nights for a total of $786.60. The per diem is $374, 51 for the first and last days, 68 in the full days. Fuel costs are estimated at $50. This brings the total cost to $1,210. And with that, I'll make a motion to approve the training for Corporal Drzowski.
And seconded.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes.
And the final training request is also from Chief Book. The 113th Annual PA Chiefs of Police Association's Education and Training Conference is being held in Valley Forge, PA, from May 31st through June 3rd. Guest speakers are lecturing each day on various police-related topics that are a concern of police leaders. Also, we are expecting to be presented with our state accreditation designation at this conference, which is a very big deal. Chief Mook has been working on this for a few years, and Captain Hopper has done great work in making sure that we are accredited. So Chief Mook is making the recommendation and requesting approval to attend the conference. The registration cost for a member is $475. The hotel is $477. Travel will be by department vehicle, and fuel costs are estimated at $125. Per diem is $280. This brings the total travel cost to $882. And with that, I'll make a recommendation for approval.
And seconded.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I also vote yes. Okay, we have another travel request from the admin. Supervisor Morris?
Yes. The Chamber of Commerce is hosting the Erie Day in Harrisburg, which they have done in the past. This is an advocacy event focused on advancing Erie's priorities at the state level. Erie leaders and partners will convene in Harrisburg to engage with state legislators, state officials, and key decision makers on issues critical to our region's economic competitiveness and long-term growth. The recommendation is to send myself, Matt Waldinger, and Kim Clear as representatives on May 4th and 5th. Right now, they are working on getting complete travel costs covered. So at this time, there is no cost. So I recommend approval.
Okay. I have a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve Erie Day in Harrisburg.
Seconded.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. Medal of Honor Ride, June 20th of this year. This has been an annual event for the last several years, and we get the request from the American Legion, from Eric Luke, who is the Lakeshore Post 105 commander. He submitted a letter. I am reaching out to you today, coordinating awareness of the 4th Annual Medal of Honor Ride, starting at 11 a.m. June 20th in Girard and traveling east on Route 20 to the final destination, which is the American Legion Lakeshore Post 105 in Northeast. The ride's purpose is to bring awareness of the newly named Medal of Honor Highway, which is Route 20, to raise funds for Pennsylvania veterans, homeless veterans, behavior health, and funds for Commander's Project. At this time, we are unaware of the number of riders, but feel it will be minimal impact on traffic, if any. PennDOT requests a letter stating acknowledgement of the ride to ensure communication between the ride and the areas of travel. So today we are, he's requesting we just simply approve a letter of acknowledgement, acknowledging the ride will take place on Saturday, June 20th. And we do coordinate with our emergency management department and also the police department for traffic coordination, just to make sure it's a smooth ride through the short stretch of the township as they continue their journey eastward. I will put this in the form of a motion.
And I will second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Call for a vote. Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I also vote yes. Executive sessions were held on April 2nd to discuss litigation matters related to code enforcement, public safety matters related to the police department and fire department, and also real estate matters related to parks and recs facilities. And on April 8th, litigation matters regarding state court litigation and code enforcement, real estate matters related to parks and rec facilities, personnel matters related to the police department, and public safety matters related to the fire department, police department, and emergency management. Solicitor communications. Anything further?
Nothing further on my end, thank you.
Student ambassador report.
No offense to anyone, but this is my favorite report.
He's missed a few weeks. I don't know, he must have been kind of busy.
Hello, everyone. So March has been a very exciting and extraordinary month for McDowell students. So on Friday, March 13th, our math club celebrated Pi Day with our school community in a fun and engaging way. Students enjoyed a variety of pie flavors while participating in math games, trivia, and friendly competitions throughout the event. It was very fun. Earlier this month, several of our 11th and 12th grade students participated in the Educators Rising Experience hosted at Penn West Edinburgh. This hands-on career exploration event introduced students to the many pathways available in the field of education and teaching. Throughout the day, students toured the college campus, participated in interactive breakout sessions, and learn more about what it takes to pursue a career as a teacher. The event is part of a larger initiative across Pennsylvania to support and grow the next generation of educators through the Educators Rising program. We are proud to recognize an outstanding musical achievement by one of our juniors, Takuya Lee. Recently, he competed in the 7th annual Vincent Lenti piano competition at the Eastman School of Music and earned first place in his division. In addition to this impressive accomplishment, he was also awarded the Special Performance Award for his performance at the winner's recital. Adding to the family's success, his brother, 9th grader Nako Lee, earned 3rd place in the junior division at the competition. On March 26th, the Hub will host guest speakers focused on teen mental health and first aid for the Student Health and Wellness series. This will help students recognize the warning signs that a peer may be struggling, respond with empathy and understanding, learn how to connect someone to trusted adults or professional support, and understand that seeking help is a sign of strength. On Friday, March 13th, the Cafaro Company hosted a special celebration at the Mill Creek Mall to recognize the McDowell Competitive Co-Ed Cheer Team for winning the 2026 PIAA State Championship. The event was facilitated by Joe Bell, Director of Corporate Communications for the company, and brought together team members and supporters to celebrate this outstanding achievement. During the celebration, the team was treated to pizza and cake, and each of the 34 athletes received a Mill Creek Mall gift card. In addition to the Cafaro Foundation, presented the team with a generous $10,000 donation, which will be used to purchase state championship rings for each athlete and support the team's ongoing training. Lastly, Taylor Kretz won the state high school girls singles bowling championship in Lancaster, PA on March 13th. Thank you.
Thank you for the updates.
So many achievements.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Number 20 on our agenda is citizens to be heard. Any citizens to be heard?
Hi, my name is Julie Hurt. I'm a resident of Mill Creek. I live by Waldermere. I'm here to speak on the flock cameras that are at Lowe's and now at Mill Creek. The ACLU has said that flock cameras are an invasive mass surveillance tool that is expanding far outside of its original role. They are turning a simple plate reader into a surveillance camera with the potentials to create blacklists and watch lists. In Texas, they have been used to track women who have obtained reproductive services outside of the state because the services are outlawed in Texas. They've been used by local police departments to conduct searches for ICE and capture detainees. There are discussions and plans within the company to allow data brokers to plug into their systems. I feel that this is not something we should be having in Mill Creek. My second issue that I'd like to bring up is the fact that our fire chief lives 47 miles away. Other than that being a logistic nightmare of an hour's drive if there's an emergency, our taxpayer money is going outside of Mill Creek Township, outside of Erie County, outside of Pennsylvania, to an entirely different state. I think that is not acceptable. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other citizens to be heard?
Hi, my name's Christina, City of Erie. I know many of these concerns have already been raised, but I felt it was important to add my voice as well, because the issue carries long-term implications for our community. I understand that the flock safety cameras are already in use here, and because of that, I think it's especially important to continue reflecting on their impact. These systems raise several concerns that I don't think can be overlooked. They allow for the tracking and storage of people's movements over time, often without their knowledge or consent. It is not always clear who has access to the data, how it's being used, or how long it's retained. Sorry, very nervous.
That's okay. Take your time.
There have also been real examples of flock safety systems, not just similar technologies being used inappropriately, including for personal tracking, as Julie just talked about. In addition, the evidence that these systems significantly reduce crime is still mixed. I care deeply about public safety, but I also believe that safety should not come at the expense of accountability, privacy, or community trust. Even when something is already in place, that doesn't make it beyond reflection or reconsideration, and I just wanted to take a moment to share these concerns and emphasize how important this issue is. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Good morning. Art Olajeri, Bondi Drive, 5447. I was also Vice President of the Mill Creek Government Study Commission. I'm very, very curious why it's taken this long to choose a transition committee. You know, it's April 14th, the election was November 5th. It's been 5 months since the election. It'll be almost 6 months by the time you choose it in a week if you do that. When the taxpayers voted to change a form of government in Mill Creek, the recommendations from the state through Title 53 was that you would choose a transition committee within 75 days, choosing 4 members from the Government Study Commission, 2 appointed at large, and 1 sitting supervisor. 5 months going on 6 months. I think it is very important that the taxpayers that voted for it hear the response on why it's going on 6 months. I pose that as a question.
My only comment is that we opened up the letters of interest for the month of March. So I think that's the timeline that we're under. We can't turn back the clock from December through March. So I mean, I think the 1 month letter of interest period was very fair and open, and now here we are. I don't anticipate this process taking much longer.
90 days is a long time. And, you know, that's why I always said that sometimes you need business people in government, just because business operates a little bit different. Mr. Shaw is smiling. Mr. Shaw, I'm sure you're familiar who Jack Welch was in the 20th century. Some of the younger people don't know. But if you worked for Jack Welch, and the recommendation was 75 days, the 3 supervisors probably wouldn't have a job by about the 50th day. Do you agree, Mr. Shaw?
I think the key point to your statement is that's a recommendation.
It's a recommendation.
It's not a requirement. So don't stand there and act like it was a requirement and somehow these
It
supervisors...
wasn't a requirement.
And that these supervisors doing something wrong.
But you get the
Don't
point, you know.
appreciate the
If I ran my business like that, taking 5 months to make a decision like that, my business would be paralyzed. My customers, which are taxpayers, certainly would not have gotten good service if it took 5 months, going on 6 months, to make a decision like that. That is unfathomable in the business world. Unfathomable. And the fact that you didn't, you had a deadline of March 31st when the election was back in November 5th is just unacceptable. And I know you all disagree with that because you didn't spend time in the business world. But and you laugh at that, but it's a truth. That never would happen in the business world. And as business people talk and share stories, they would just look at that and go, you know, what's the matter with that company? 5 months, 6 months? And this is very, very important. And for the record, I hope that, some of the taxpayers won't even know your response, but some of them will. And I know there's a lot written on social media about that, but that is inexcusable. Certainly if you worked for me and you took that long, you wouldn't have a job. And firing people is not a fun thing to do, having had to do that. And I know because of my remarks, this will preclude me, despite being vice president of the Mill Creek Government Study Commission, I'm sure that'll preclude me from being on that.
Well, I appreciate your passion, Art. One thing that came to mind when you were speaking too was, from my perspective, I think it was important for Supervisor Morris, being new, she had a lot of things on her plate, continues to have a lot of things on her plate. My thinking was, let's bring her up to speed on different township items in the month of January, February, as she got acclimated to the job here. And so I don't want to say this was pushed to the background. It wasn't, but there's other things going on. And quite frankly, I don't really see the rush in it. I think we're going to be thorough, and give me your take on why we need to rush this.
Well, they give you a whole year to do it, and
we're only in early April. I think we're good.
You've killed half of the time, and I know that the Government Study Commission was ridiculed for not doing the study, not doing a proper study, and you've wasted 5 months already. What happens, now you have to choose 13 out of 20 applicants. What would have happened if you only had one person you could hire and you had 100 applications? Would you take till September to go through that? You only have to choose 7 out of 20. And if you're a newly hired manager in any department, in any Fortune 500 company, you have to make important decisions, sometimes from day number 1, and sometimes you have to make them that day. You don't always like to do that, but sometimes you have to do that. No pressure on you guys because you don't have a boss outside of the taxpayers.
Any other citizens to be heard?
How tall are you, Art? My name is Candy Horm, and I have a lot to say, so I'm going to try and say it fast. Are we still into the I can only ask you questions, Mr. Bach?
Nothing's changed.
Okay.
I'm here for you, Candy.
Okay, well, that's nice to know.
Go ahead.
I would like to know why, if the Mill Creek supervisors under a second-class township are not permitted to purchase property above the appraised price, why did the Mill Creek supervisors, I'm assuming under the direction of Mr. Shaw with his approval, start the governing authority so that you could purchase property over the appraised price? That to me almost sounds like collusion, sounds illegal. When you took your oath of office, it was to uphold the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Pennsylvania? Go ahead and answer that. Because you were on that board initially. I know you voted no, but you can explain that to me.
So your question was, why was the authority created?
Yeah, it sounds like it was created to do something illegal that's not permitted by a supervisor in a second-class township.
Authorities are routinely created by municipalities for various functions. In this case, it was decided to create a general authority as opposed to a redevelopment authority or an economic redevelopment authority for this particular origination of this authority. This authority has multiple functions and can handle other items such as infrastructure funding and different things. Wasn't strictly created for anything 8th Street related. That was a component of it.
But what they're doing is illegal because you are purchasing property above the appraised price.
Well, that's the properties were purchased years ago, and that's
after the authority was formed.
Correct. That's a done.
You don't see a conflict.
That's a done deal.
You don't see a conflict.
Conflict with what?
With the law.
I don't.
Okay. All right. I have another question. That the governing authority received $3 million grant. That's the RACP grant. Why are you funding them when they need to pay, Kate and Company, $4,000 a month? Why is the governing authority being funded for everything they need by the supervisors? If they have $3 million in a grant and you're still gutting the sale of the water authority account.
I'm not aware of any further deductions or with the water fund.
Other than the initial money that was back in 2022 that was granted to the authority for the purchase of the properties, there has been no other funding from Mill Creek Township to the general authority.
So where is the $4,000 a month for Kate and Company coming from?
I can't answer that. I'm not part of the authority board.
No, but you have to approve
Maybe
it.
Director Waldinger.
Yeah, I guess first I'd like to just state that there is a general authority meeting this afternoon at 3 o'clock, and maybe some of those questions are better directed there. But to follow along what Ms. Page said, other than the original grant of funding of the authority, no further township funds have been given to the authority. To Ms. Horm's point, yes, the RACP is the intended funding source for the authority moving forward. If you look at the authority's budget, that is the main source of funding for the authority.
Okay. I have another question, and I know you're not going to be able to answer this. It's probably for Matt. When you do these sidewalk agreements, are those sidewalks coming off the street, or are you reimbursing the homeowners for a part of their land?
No, the sidewalks are built in the right-of-way.
Okay, so they're not coming off the homeowner's land?
Correct.
Okay.
So there's no reimbursement process there.
All right, and I had one more question. Well, they were talking about the flock cameras. This is not involving the flock cameras, but it is. You have heard about the Norristown PSP trooper, the corporal that got charged with using a database to access and use it for pornographic AI, using people's pictures. That's why the issue with the flock cameras is a big issue, because people are on a database. Not only their face, but their address, their home, their vehicle that they're driving. That's an invasion of their privacy.
Okay, thank you, Candy. Any other citizens to be heard today?
Hey, name's Jerry Servideo, 1720 West Gore Road. Last meeting, I was kind of going back and forth with Mr. Bach, teasing
It
him.
was 3 weeks ago, Jerry. I barely remember it, but go ahead.
I was teasing him. I got the same thing. I'm working, getting a pension. So that was no harm, no foul to me, but I just wanted to state that. I guess I have a question, seeing as the Township Fire Department. You don't have to answer this today.
Okay.
What's the difference between the volunteer money and the fire tax? Is it combined or separate? And if it's separate,
When you say volunteer money, are you referring to donations
Yes.
that residents or
Yeah.
people would donate? That they are two different pots,
okay,
separate.
okay.
Fire tax is separate from the volunteer.
All right. Now, listen, all these, I'm going to get in trouble for some people, but all these bids that we keep coming up, now, it's just federal funds, correct, require prevailing wages, or does just, so any federal money involved?
Typically under federal funding is Davis-Bacon with the grant monies and so forth. And then if you get state grants, often it's prevailing wage. And then so that's kind of the distinction. And then certain types of projects over certain amounts have to have prevailing wage as well.
Sure. Well, I understand you questioning Empire. I mean, it's quite a big difference over the other bids. So I know there isn't a union for landscapers. And finally, I want to say congratulations to Cheryl. She's irreplaceable, but I'll tell you, you snagged one person out of Erie County that I've worked with her, talked to her. She's just you're not going to replace Cheryl, but I think you'll do
Oh, good, so you're already used to dealing with Jerry?
a
Okay.
A- job as compared to A+. But congratulations to both of you. I thought that was you hiding over there. But that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Caleb, City of Erie. Good to see you all again. Before I say what I came here to say, have there been any updates about the state of the flock cameras here in Mill Creek?
I don't have any updates.
Okay. And then one other thing, I wasn't able to check this myself, but does Mill Creek have a cybersecurity department or anything of that nature?
Cybersecurity department?
Sure.
Not a designated cybersecurity department, no.
Okay.
Our IT department would be in charge of any cybersecurity.
It would be a
But the-
component of.
Yeah.
But they serve like all of y'all, right? Like it's a generalized IT.
And we have a police IT, and we have a general Mill Creek Township IT, so we have two separate.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
the police department, they have different cybersecurity measures and programs and et cetera that they use.
Gotcha. All right, thank you. Okay, so as I've stated in prior supervisors meetings, I am a professional software engineer of about 10 years. I have built my own computers. You can find me and my resume on LinkedIn. If the township cannot vet one citizen, I have little faith that it can vet an entire security company like Flock Safety. The internet is insecure. We all know this to some degree, but I want to make sure there is a better understanding because the scale is massive. It is constant, not rare. Here are some statistics with some sources. Cyber attack happens every 39 seconds, approximately 2,200 per day. This is from Demand Sage. This is in 2025 alone, 12,000 confirmed data breaches globally. 1,700 breaches in just the first half of the US. The US accounts for 56% of all global breaches. This is all still data sage. This isn't occasional, it's continuous and heavily affects the US. The impact is enormous, financial and personal. Average costs per breach is 4.4 million globally, 10.2 million in the US. That is from Station X. Total cybercrime losses in 2025 is 17.6 billion, reported by the FBI from Tech Radar. Cities, hospitals, and utilities are prime targets because disruption is valuable. The amount of exposed data is staggering, 165 plus million records exposed in the US just for the first half of 2025. Also from Demand Sage, one recent data set leak contains 16 billion usernames and passwords. Even single breaches can expose millions to hundreds of millions of people at once. Even governments and critical services are vulnerable. Over 3,500 US state legislators' emails found breached. That is from Tech Radar. Cybercriminals now routinely target hospitals, schools, emergency services. There is no off-limits targets. Most breaches are surprisingly simple, and this is a really important one I want to call your attention to. 68% involve human error. It does not have to do with the tech itself. So to my point, the more safety measures that Flock puts in place to its tech, it does not matter because there's always a human in the mix. If you're familiar with cybersecurity or security in general, the human component is the most insecure. So just take that into consideration, please. Leading causes are stolen credentials and phishing. Stolen credentials account for approximately 22% of that, and phishing is 16%. This isn't just advanced hacking, it's everyday vulnerabilities. Attacks go undetected for months. Average time to detect and contain a breach is 241 days, approximately 8 months. A lot can happen in that time. Attackers often sit inside systems for months before discovery. Cyber attacks are constant breaches. They are inevitable, and the question is not if a city will be targeted, but when. We lock our buildings every night, but our digital infrastructure is being tested thousands of times a day. All of that to say, if we understand how insecure the internet is, having cameras that view and track the public with access to the internet could not be more ill-advised. There is no way for Flock to keep these cameras secure while also still offering a market. Thank you.
Thank you, Caleb. Anyone else wish to speak today? Okay, is there a motion to adjourn?
And I will second.
Okay. Call for a vote on adjournment. Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. We are adjourned at 10:53.